I'm delighted to introduce you today to two experts. I will turn first to, on my right, Greg Flavell. If you'll explain what you do, Greg.
Okay, my name is Greg Flavell. I'm co-founder and technical director for Hemp Technologies, based out of Asheville, North Carolina, where we have successfully built the first 3 industrial hempcrete homes in America.
And Jay Fidel, you probably need no introduction, but here you go.
Jay Fidel, Bendett Fidel, a law firm, also Think Tech Hawaii. That adequate?
That's perfect.
Okay.
And today we're going to talk about constructing with industrial hemp and why it makes sense for Hawaii and why it makes sense for the people that would work in these buildings or live in them. And I'm going to ask you to talk a bit about what you've been doing and how this is working out both nationally and internationally.
Well, we started our company, my partner and I, a couple of years ago in Asheville, North Carolina. We decided that it was the most green area in the United States to start with a product like Hempcrete. And we started with a seminar where we invited all the building officials and city engineers, town planners, architects, local college people to come and learn about Hempcrete, which is the most sustainable and renewable green building material, as far as I'm concerned, on the planet. So we started educating people about industrial hemp, using it for building, super insulating, providing thermal mass, breathability, vapor permeability, how it would help create green-collar jobs in America, how it would help eradicate carbon dioxide, or at least significantly reduce the carbon dioxide footprint of construction, which accounts for almost 50% of our carbon dioxide emissions in the planet. So anyway, we started about 2 years ago, or actually a little over 2 years ago now, educating, and then we went vertical in last year, a year ago. We started building the first house in North Carolina. Then people wanted to know about it. Oh, you can't smoke this stuff. You can't get high off it if your house, catches on fire. So anyway, we've gone from there. Now we're traveling the globe talking to anybody that wants to talk to us about building with Hempcrete.
Tell us what's going on in England.
In England, the British government have awarded our partners there with £3 million of subsidy to build this year 240 sustainable homes. Next year it's going up to 2,000 sustainable and affordable hemp homes. Sustainability in the UK is £70,000, excluding the cost of the land and the groundworks. And we've successfully been able to build to that level, affordability. And that's what it's all about. However, in England, they can grow the hemp. They can process the hemp. So the cost, they're not looking to ship the material anywhere. Whereas we've got to import this material from, across the Atlantic Ocean. Strangely enough, it's still cheaper to import from Europe the industrial hemp than it is to bring it out of Canada.
Why can't you grow it locally?
It's illegal to grow. It's still seen as a drug. So we're not allowed to grow it locally. Prop 19 was defeated this week in California. That may have been a help to us in the future, but notwithstanding, a pot smoker can't grow marijuana in an industrial hemp field. There's a picture of you, Cynthia, with standing in a field of hemp that's 12, 14 feet high. If any idiot wanted to try and plant a marijuana plant in the field, the cousin, which is our hemp, our industrial hemp, would kill it. Right? It just couldn't grow.
So the point that to teach people and show people the benefit of allowing our agricultural lands to be used for industrial hemp, which is not hallucinogenic. The best way to do that is to build structures out of hemp, and at the same time that we're building structures out of hemp, we're helping the environment. And I think maybe, let's pull this up. People are going to wonder, what on earth is this? It's a show and tell to be able to describe how a building, what the walls of a building would look like that are built out of industrial hemp.
Mhm.
And Greg, why don't you explain? I mean, this is really a smaller version of what hemp walls would actually be.
I don't know whether you can get a close-up view of that or not, but typically we frame the structure of whether it's a home or a commercial-sized building. We can frame it with steel or lumber. In this case, we're framing it with wood, and then we're encapsulating that frame with Hempcrete, which is essentially a mixture of hydraulic and hydrated limes, water, and hemp shiv, which is the waste product of the hemp plant. After you've stripped away the fiber from the hemp plant, you get left with the woody core, the interior core, which is known as the hurd or the shiv, and we mix that. You know, we've ground it up in a big meat grinder, if you like, and like a big blender, made little, you know, shiv, little flakes of it. Now we're going to mix that in a regular mortar mixer with our lime binder, and put it into some forms, some temporary forms that we've placed on either side of our wooden frame or steel frame, and then we lightly tamp it around, and then just keep putting more material until we get to the top of the ceiling.
And your plumbing pipes and your electrical conduit run right straight up, and then down comes the hempcrete, and goes into this area, and then it hardens within 45 minutes?
No, not 45 minutes. The next day we come back and we take the forms that we've used today to form this area, take those off and move them up, or take them to another part of the wall that we're going to build.
Well, what's interesting about this is that on the camera, it probably looks like it's light and quite porous, almost like straw, but to the touch, it's not like that at all.
No.
It's quite heavy, and it would be hard to actually remove these flakes. I mean, you could do it, you'd have to work at it. And it looks light, but it is not light.
It's
more
lighter than regular cement.
It's lighter than hollow tile, but not by much. So it's a solid building material, for sure. The other thing I was going to ask you is, do you have intellectual property protection on this? It seems
really.
like, from what you describe, it sounds very easy.
Yeah, it is. It's all about the supply and demand. We grow, we process the hemp, we have the binder that is patented. That's a secret.
The binder.
That's a secret herbs and spice
It's
formula.
Okay, it's a glue.
That's the glue. That's the binder that holds everything together.
Yeah.
We don't give that secret to anybody.
Yeah.
Right. And but we make this product available, plus our expertise, of course, as builders, to teach people how to build.
But it works just like concrete.
Works just like concrete, except that it's lightweight and it's vapor permeable. This material breathes. With concrete, water can only go one way. That's how you get mold and you get allergies, and you have people who are susceptible to all sorts of airborne things inside their house and inside their homes. This material will breathe. So it's constantly breathing and regulating moisture because it's vapor